Hey guys, good morning. I want to take some time to respond to this new NBC hit piece that's come out that is accusing parents of not caring about suicide or mental health issues of students because we're going after social emotional learning. This could not be further from the truth. So, parents out there, I want you to understand that you're on very firm footing when you are rightfully criticizing social emotional learning in the classroom. I want to show you what SEL in the classroom actually is. So in North Carolina, uh, back in 2020, SEL was put into all 12 academic standards, whether it's math, English, homeroom even, we're seeing it. That's been embedded in all the classes. So I'm going to show you actually what that is. So here's what you're looking at. You're looking at a kindergarten lesson on the gingerbread person. Okay, what is this? It's a way to provide students with learning about a genderless society. And you will see on here, if you can read really closely, I'll read it for you, that this is teaching kindergartners that women are attracted to women, that makes them gay, men are attracted to men. We're talking about sexual attraction and teaching children that in the classroom. In kindergarten, it's totally inappropriate. Now, let's look at some 7th grade exercises, shall we? This is SEL exercises in an English language arts class. Here we go. Questions I have about my face, hair, chest, and body are. So, social emotional learning makes it legal, perfectly legal, for a man, a grown man, to ask children questions like this in an open forum, which is a classroom for discussion. This is what social emotional learning is. Here's another one. Questions I have about growing up. Check all that apply. Why am I changing? Does everybody change in the same way? When is it okay to kiss someone? Folks, this is social emotional learning. It does not belong in a classroom. We have a literacy crisis. We need to be teaching reading and writing. Here's another one. Same thing, 7th grade. About my friends. My best friend's name is something my best friend does that worries me. So right here, students are being asked to out their friends and in a data collection and data mining operation that is social emotional learning. Here we go. About my mom and caregiver. My mom or caregiver's name is, and today I would describe my relationship with her as, so again, collecting information. I don't know if you can see here up top, but it's also asking questions like this. Do I have to diet? Is it okay to be excited about growing up? What if I don't like my legs, breasts, or lips? These are questions that are being asked every day in social emotional learning classes, completely inappropriate. So I will tell you this, SEL relies on surveys. Bottom line, if your state has Castle SEL, their preferred vendor is Panorama. Check it out. Here's another survey given in North Carolina to high schoolers. Do you make good grades? That's not objectionable at all. It goes on to say, do you go to church or synagogue? Then it goes to the bottom. Have you bought or sold drugs at school? Have you ever bought or sold drugs at school? So here, children are being asked to out themselves in a felony without a lawyer present. They're being tricked into doing this. This is SEL. This is SEL. Copious amounts of data collection. And it goes on and on. Have you used drugs, alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, crack, heroin, etc.? This does not belong in the classroom. You're looking now at Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system. This was given in 2019 to all 6th through 12th graders. Here, the school's asking in three different ways if a child is gay or not, if a child has a different gender or not. You can see this: male, female, non-binary, gender fluid. The questions are, how do you describe your gender? Do you describe as transgender? That's the same thing. And what best describes your sexual orientation? Folks, this is SEL. Here's another example. This is SEL in the classroom. This is a homeroom class being given this exercise in 7th grade. So if you can't see it, let me try to see if I can blow it up. Okay, there we go. What you have here are 2 columns, and students are being asked to really stigmatize themselves. They're being tricked into stigmatizing themselves based on socioeconomic status, sexual orientation, their religion, their gender, gender identity, physical ability, and on it goes. There's 2 columns. Obviously, one is the column that are the good people. One is the bad people. This is a really bad one. This is from Johnston County. If you live in North Carolina, high school, it's a fairly kind of a rural area. And so it's really surprising it's being asked. This was in also English language arts, I believe. But you want to talk about suicide prevention? You tell me how it's suicide prevention when you're asking teen gay students to out themselves before they're ready. Tell me that. You tell me these questions, which are asking teens, do you support the gay community? How many people do you know that are gay? How many sexual orientations do you think there are? Heaven help you if you have the wrong answer. How many genders do you think there are? Again, heaven help you if you have the wrong answer. We're adults. We can handle being canceled. But if you cancel a teen because they've answered the wrong question on this survey, you want to talk about suicide. Unbelievable. Here's another one. This is in North Carolina. This is coming from the DPI. This is to 11-year-olds to 14-year-olds in middle school. Again, asking the same question in a different configuration of ways. Have you ever had sexual intercourse? How old were you when you had sexual intercourse for the first time? 8 and younger, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just seeing these questions is very traumatizing, number one. Number two, parents were told that their children would be asked questions about abstinence. Does this look like abstinence to you? Here we go. It goes on. How many people have you had sexual intercourse with? I've never had sexual intercourse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're having, you'll see children are having 1 chance to answer appropriately and 7 or 6 chances to get the question wrong, right? When's the last time you had sexual intercourse and did not use a condom? This is inappropriate. This is SEL. Here's another one, okay? This is from the same survey. How long would it take you to get and be ready to fire a loaded gun without a parent permission or other adult permission? The gun could be yours or someone else's. It could be located in your home car or in someone else's car. So this is asking you to out your parents. A, I could not get a loaded gun. B, less than 10 minutes. C, 10 minutes or more, but less than an hour. D, 1 hour more, and on it goes. Can you imagine? I mean, you know, teenage boys, them trying to be a smartass and answering, you know, being a jokester and answering this inappropriately. They could really, really wind up in a lot of trouble here. This is SEL. Okay. This is concerning as well. Here you have on the top, I'm showing you a segment from a panorama survey. During the day, are you taking care of anyone in your family, such as siblings, parents, or grandparents? No. Yes for part of the day. Yes for most of the day. This could quite possibly be used as the basis for social services to come pay you a visit and knock on your door. Here's another one. On an average school day, how long after school are you alone without a parent or adult? An hour, less than an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Here's the point. Oh, by the way, this question, after they've asked all these other sexual grooming questions, are you kidding me? This is insanity. Here's the point. We are on very firm footing to object to social emotional learning lessons in the classroom. At least 60% of social emotional learning in the classroom has to do with data collection in different configurations and discussing the most private, personal data of your children's lives in a classroom setting. Totally and completely inappropriate. You want to talk about suicide prevention? That's not suicide prevention. Let me tell you that right now. You're on firm footing. You need to keep fighting. We need to push back on social emotional learning in every way.